My name is Oliver. In the busy, rain-soaked streets of London, everyone has a story they hide, but mine is one you might wish you never heard. I'm 21, a university student by day and a delivery rider by night. Being an only child, the pressure to succeed was always there. For 3 years, I worked for a local takeaway, weaving through traffic to make ends meet. I always prayed for the long-distance deliveries. In the UK, those far-off suburban houses meant one thing: big tips. Money wasn't my greed, it was my necessity. One Thursday night, a delivery popped up on my screen. It was miles away, right on the edge of a dense woodland area. The tip was already prepaid, and it was huge. I hopped on my bike and left the city lights behind. Within 20 minutes, the street lights flickered out, replaced by the suffocating darkness of a forest road. As I rode, a chilling sensation took hold. I felt like I wasn't alone. In the shadows of the towering pines, I could hear something running alongside me, snapping twigs, heavy footsteps. But every time I braked to look, there was only the wind. I reached the house, a crumbling Victorian-style building. Stuck to the door was a handwritten note: "Don't knock. Leave the food. Take the money from the side." An envelope sat there with triple the usual tip. I didn't wait. I grabbed the cash and rode back like a madman. The next night, the same address appeared. I was terrified, but the thought of that money was too tempting. I returned to that lonely forest road. Again, the feeling of being followed persisted, stronger this time. When I reached the porch, the note had changed. "Don't knock, take the money, and do not look back." I placed the bag down and picked up the envelope. The tip was even larger, but curiosity is a curse. As I swung my leg over my bike, I couldn't stop myself. I turned my head just for a second. Nothing, just the dark, empty woods. But deep in the shadows, I felt two invisible eyes burning into my soul. I sped away, but I didn't sleep a wink that night. On the third night, I was assigned the same route. When I saw the note this time, my heart nearly stopped. It read, "You made a mistake, Oliver. I told you not to look back. Forgiven once. Do not do it again." 5 days later, the order came again. This time, the forest felt different, colder. Right at the spot where I first felt the presence, my bike suddenly sputtered and died. The silence was deafening. I kicked the starter frantically, but nothing. Then I felt it, a freezing breath right against my ear. Someone was whispering into my neck. Suddenly, the sound of children laughing filled the air. I could hear their small footsteps circling my bike, running on the gravel, but the road was empty. I was surrounded by invisible children. Panicking, I gave the bike one final, desperate kick. It roared to life, and I tore through the woods without looking at the speedometer. When I reached the house, the final note was waiting. "Today you were truly scared." We liked that. I looked up at the second-floor window. Behind the tattered curtain, a silhouette was watching me. It wasn't human. It was a tall, distorted shadow with faint, glowing eyes. I fled. I didn't stop until I reached my front door. That night, a fever took hold of me so violent that I became delirious. For 5 days, I drifted between life and death. My parents were terrified. The doctors were baffled. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt that cold breath on my ear and heard those phantom footsteps. I eventually recovered, but I quit that job the same day. Even now, if I hear the sound of a child running behind me on a quiet street, my blood turns to ice. That address, that road, I realized it wasn't a delivery. It was an invitation to a place I was never meant to leave.